You're tuned into Human by AI with Ashish Garg. Real, unscripted conversations about how humans and AI are shaping the future of community finance. Grab your favorite drink and let's dive in.
Okay, welcome everybody to my next podcast. I have Michael over here from Seattle Credit Union. Michael, very, very nice to meet you and welcome.
Oh, no, thanks for having me.
And Michael, for our audience, can you tell them a little bit more about yourself? What is it that you do? Where do you live, etc.?
Yeah, I'm Michael Cruz. I work for Seattle Credit Union. I'm the Chief Financial Officer there. I hail out of Long Beach, California, but I fly up to Seattle pretty often.
I see. And I have to ask you this. Are you the youngest CFO in the credit union movement or the youngest looking CFO in the credit union movement?
Probably youngest looking. That's what I hear a lot. But I'm not as young as I look. I'm 40 years old. So a lot of people tell me that's young, but when I wake up in the bed every morning, it doesn't feel that way. So.
Fine. But I meant that as a compliment. So.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, wonderful. So the topic here, Michael, today is Human by AI. So tell me a little bit more about your AI journey, your personal AI journey. And are you an AI skeptic? Are you an AI believer? Do you use AI in your personal life today?
Mm-hmm. Well, is AI recording this right now?
Actually, humans recording this.
Oh, okay. Because if AI was recording, I would say I welcome our AI overlords because I think AI is going to take over the world once it gets going, and it's already going. I use it a lot in my personal life. ChatGPT, Grok. It's amazing some of the things you can do on there. You can upload, hypothetical financials that'll run models for you. Me, I'm being the CFO. That's how I use it. I'm trying to use it in other ways that are a little bit more difficult. Creating your own AI agents. Something that's out there, getting news articles for me, summarizing them, giving me insights that way quickly. Because I think, as you know, time is money, and the faster you can get things done, the faster you can move. So
yeah. So how about a little bit on the personal side? Like, have you used it maybe to plan a vacation, like something in your personal life?
Yeah, actually, you know what? We're going through a remodel right now. We're remodeling our guest bathroom at my house, and because we just had a newborn. 3 months ago.
Congratulations.
Yes. Hello, Aurora. We had to pick a vanity. And so instead of going online and researching myself, I just figured I'd give ChatGPT a chance and use the agent option on there. And I said, hey, this is the kind of vanity I want. These are the measurements. Go research and bring me back some options with the links. And it did that, pretty quickly within, I would say, a minute.
Really?
And then I'm just kind of going through, I like that one, and the research went down from hours to probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Wonderful. So let's switch topics a little bit on the credit union side. At your credit union, at Seattle Credit Union, have you started deploying AI in any shape or form?
Yeah, there's plenty of areas we've done it. I think where we're really exploring right now is copilot, in the form of employee knowledge. So we're experimenting with having that knowledge of all of our policies and procedures at the fingertips of our staff and team members, so that when members come in and ask questions, all they have to go is ask Copilot or this other chat thing, how do I do this thing, or where is this other thing, and they'll get those answers quickly for the members rather than spending time calling people and trying to get those answers. So that's one way. We're looking at other stuff too, like AI underwriting. That's huge, just to help more people out there in the community of Seattle. So those are a couple ways we're looking at it right now.
I see. And within the credit union for using AI, are the employees excited? Are they scared? Like, what's happening? Like, are people already using it by themselves? What's going on there?
I mean, there's a few that are I would consider myself an outlier. I try to use it as much as I can in safe ways, right? We can't really upload member data in there or anything that's confidential or anything like that. But I try to use it as much as I can. there is a few. There are a few team members that are concerned about AI, how it's going to affect how we look at credit versus looking at it from a human standpoint, right? Sometimes with credit, everybody can be diluted to a set of numbers versus who they are as a person, what they're going through. So that's the balance that I think some people are concerned about.
Yeah. And that's exactly the reason I started this podcast, is Human by AI, to really explore the human side. So Michael, as a CFO, where do you see this going? I know you're an outlier yourself, using AI more and more. But where does the human touch still matter, or will continue to matter in the years, if not decades, to come?
Yeah, human touch. I don't know if you've seen that movie. I think it was called AI with Will Smith, where he's a cop, and some accident happens with him and a robot, and he's just really resentful of robots. One of the things he said stood out to me when he said it back when the movie was made. I think he said, can a robot ever make a masterpiece? Can they ever make some masterpiece art form? And he didn't believe they could. I think there's some truth to that. I think I don't think a robot will ever know, or AI will ever know, a human better than another human, just because of the lived experience, right? So I think there's still going to be a place for us in our unique mind and how we look at things, augmented with AI. I think it's going to do a lot for us. Sometimes I think about, when the calculator came out, right? So a lot of people thought the calculator was going to replace a lot of jobs, and really we just got good at using calculators, right? I think that's what's going to happen with AI. We're going to get good at using the tool in a lot of ways, but there's always going to be a place, in my humble opinion, for us as humans and in our hearts.
Yeah, you said something very insightful. I had never thought of it this way, that the experience of living a human life is what makes all of us unique.
Yeah, and it goes down even more if you zoom in, right? So that there's the cultural lived experience, right? That each of our cultures, we've lived it, we've grown up in it, all the idioms that come along with that, and the way you say things, that changes. So as humans, I think that's always going to be there, and is actually a way we all connect, right? We're all human beings. So for that scenario where an AI takes over the world, I don't know if we would let that happen as humans. I think we would band together and form a resistance before an AI, the Terminator movie comes out. But before that happens, I think, but there will always be a place for the heart.
For the heart.
Yeah. In my mind.
And let's explore that a little bit deeper in the context of financial services, Michael. Like, you speak a lot about growing up, living this human life, and the cultural nuance. How do these cultural nuances play out in communities that, for example, your credit, or in general, credit unions, how does that play out, the cultural nuances?
Oh, it's big. I mean, when we have a chief impact officer, Jackie, at the credit union, and she's really good about translating the cultural differences. So we have a big Hispanic market over there in Seattle. And one of the things we're doing is we have a website, and obviously we have Spanish-speaking support, but it's not just about translating words. It's I think she might have gotten this from somewhere else, but she said something about co-creating this website, meaning that you use the lived experience in your culture to really translate and speak to the people that you're trying to serve. So I think that's really important because it's more than just language. Each culture has its own way of saying things.
Yeah.
The way I can best express that is if you try to translate, for example, a Spanish love song, I speak Spanish, so a Spanish love song to English, it doesn't have the same feeling.
Yes.
I think maybe you might understand that.
Yeah, I do, because my mother tongue is Hindi.
So there's songs, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing, Bollywood movies or Hindi movies have a lot of songs. And these days, all of them have subtitles. And when I read the literal translation of the song, it's actually very hilarious.
Yeah,
it can never convey the meaning or the feeling.
Because it's a feeling. It's, you just have to have lived in the culture and grown up in the culture to understand. And it's very important for credit unions to not only focus on the language of who they're trying to connect with, but the culture, the lived experience of that culture.
And why is it important, Michael? Like, why is it important that to connect to the lived experience of that culture? Why for credit unions?
Because to me, that builds trust, right? So it's, I grew up in South Central, and the Hispanic community there was very enclosed, and the big thing that to talk to each other and to sell things to each other like cars or help each other out was trust, and that comes from how you talk to me, what you say to me, have I seen you around, do you know who my mom is, those kinds of things that build trust. And with that trust, if we're talking about business side of it now, comes deposits.
Yeah.
Right. And at least in the Hispanic community, it's a lot of word of mouth.
Yes.
So that comes with more members, more opportunities to help them out in terms of loans and other wealth building products like high yield savings that we have out right now at the credit union. And all around a better member experience for them and their lived experiences.
Yeah. This is, to me, the key phrase I've learned today, lived experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. You may want to trademark that, sir.
No, I heard it from somewhere. I
see.
think I did. Jackie, I think I heard it from Jackie.
Yeah. What a fabulous take.
Yeah.
At this whole sort of conundrum or confusion of the lived experiences.
Yes.
Very well said.
Yes.
So maybe a couple of closing thoughts there, Michael. I know a lot of people are confused. They're scared of this whole AI wave out there, especially employees or people who work in financial services, credit unions. What would be your advice to them? Like, what do you recommend? I know you are an outlier, you're an early adopter. Like, how do they go about sort of finding their way in this new world, which is changing so rapidly?
I think it's being very curious about what's out there. There's a lot of support out there if you're trying to learn how to use AI in your world, right? So we can't think. I personally don't know how to code, and I'm sure it would take a long time for me to do that. And with a newborn, it's very tough. So there's other solutions that I'm looking at that I can plug and play and try to adapt into my world. It's easy to get carried away and maybe lost in buzzwords like Bitcoin and AI agents and agentic AI. I think we heard like a million times.
Yes, stable coins.
Yes, stable coins. But I think it's take a look at, and I go back to the analogy of a calculator. I use a calculator a certain way. Other people use it a certain way, through the phone and stuff. So that's applied to your life. Think of AI as a calculator. How can I use it to augment what I'm doing right now? Maybe even, I'm looking at a lot of cameras here. So there's stuff out there, I'm sure, that can be used for editing.
Yeah.
For AI editing. But it'll never get rid of the human touch, right? So you're going to have to supervise it, obviously. But, just apply it to your world and be curious about it. Get into it. There's all kinds of books now, even just YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been approaching it.
Yeah, I love that. Such a pleasure having you here.
Oh, thank you.
A true joy. And for the audience, lived experiences and curiosity.
That's right.
What phenomenal breakthroughs here. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Look forward to having you again
Oh,
sometime soon.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.